Okay, so continuing on from part 1. We have just placed an image in here. And what I'm going to do is just delete that image for now because you'll be able to put those of your own in, okay? So I'm going to go to the next page now, which is the services directory. Okay, so the services directory is just purely text. So anytime you want to add or take something away, just double click and insert some new text in there. Okay, and as you can see, it did a little funny thing here when I double clicked it. It's made this one not bold and changed a few things. So if that's ever happening, just give me a ring and I'll fix it up for you. Sometimes just the editor goes a little bit funny, but hopefully I'll have a look at that anyway and see if I can fix that. It's just actually changed the fonts as well, so I'm going to fix that. But if ever you see little funny quirky little things like that happening, just let me know and I'll jump onto the site and have a little look and see what's going on. Okay, down here we also have another app which is plugged into the site, and it's a contact form. So this is a different one to the submit an article or an advertisement. It's just called a contact form. So it will just somebody can just send an email message straight to the Gmail address. Well, it will actually go to the info@berringacommunitynews.com.au and you'll check it through the Gmail account. And on the subject, it will actually say that they want to submit a listing. And then you can invoice them. I know that the listing is only free for those that advertise, so I'm actually going to change this text here. Okay, let's now go to the next page. So if I scroll down. So this is the classified section, which is like a forum that anyone can actually utilize. I think we're going to leave this on for the moment and just see how it goes. But if ever you need to disable this page and just think, look, we're not going to use this for the moment, but we don't want to delete it, all we need to do is go to the Pages panel, scroll down to our Classifieds page, and right here next to it, we've got a little cogwheel, and that goes to our page settings. So just by hiding that from the menu, nobody will actually see that page. Okay, and you can see that I've got some other ones that I've hidden here. These were just extra pages that I created in the initial draft of the website, and we decided that they weren't needed at this point in time. So I've just, instead of deleting them, I've just hidden them. If you ever do want to delete a page, you just go into the settings again, and then right up here it says delete, and you can just delete it. Okay. And the actual forum works by people just logging in, creating an account, and then they can then lodge messages on the lost and found or the for sale board. Okay, so it should be self-explanatory if you go in and have a little play with it. Okay, so again, these pages, the history page and the visitor info page, weren't really needed anymore, so they're still there but not really active. And what I might actually do is just move them down to the bottom. You can see I can move pages around just by hovering over here, clicking and dragging to a different section. Okay. Okay, so our contact us page, just has another contact form. And it's just, I've just created a slightly different color and that kind of thing, so it looks a little bit different to the submit into the services directory. And then we've put some phone numbers over here as well, just that they can click, copy and paste into their email browser. And for some reason my header is gone from up here. Anyway, just ignore that, I'll pop the header in back in a sec. Okay, so what's next? That's all within our pages menu. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the other menus now. The design menu is all of the things, the elements that you see and all the colors and all the fonts and everything. what I'll ask you to do is try not to change anything in here ever, just because once you change it once, it will change it on the whole site, and you can't undo it. So you'd have to get me to come in and sort of fix everything. So just leave the design tab alone. Okay, the next tab is the add tab. So anything that you need to add to the website, these are all fairly self-explanatory. So if you want to add text or an image, you can add a gallery. So if you wanted to add a gallery of community photos, you could add that. It gives you a few different kinds of galleries as well. And they're very easy to sort of pop in. You just click and it will pop it on the page, and it gives you some examples, and then you go in and you change the examples. Okay, so I'm going to just delete that off there. I'm going to go back into add for a second. You can add menus and buttons. We've already actually got our one menu in here, and you can only have one menu within the website. But if you did need to, say for example, have another version of the menu down the bottom here, that would be fine as well. You can also add a blog if you ever wanted to, but usually with a community website you don't need to. And obviously you're not really needing an online store, but if you ever did want to add an online store element where people could pay for their advertising just online, you could do that as well. You've also actually got your social plugins here as well. So if you do end up having a Facebook page, or an Instagram account or a Twitter account or anything like that, you can plug everything into the website as well. And then we have different apps as well. So this apps section is actually different to most of the apps that I've been showing you, but that is for more advanced users. So if you ever need to add anything, basically you just ring me up and say, we'd like to add this, can we do it, and can we do it ourselves, or will I do it for you? There's also a list builder, which is okay, but you shouldn't really need any lists. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next menu. This is just settings. I'll have all of these set up for you, so you shouldn't need to have anything changed in there. And our last tab menu is the app market. So this is where I've been picking all of the different apps that I've plugged in for you. So if I scroll through some of these, a lot of these are either free or premium, so you pay for them. All the ones that I've put on your site are free, so you don't need to worry about paying for anything. But there's lots of different things that you can utilize within here. If there was anything that you needed, these are updated, these apps, all the time, and there's new ones coming in. So just get me to sort of have a look through the apps and see if I've added every app that I think that you should need within this website. But if you ever want to have a little look in here and you say, oh, we actually really like the idea of a poll, a community poll, so that we can vote on the next, the theme for the Christmas parade or something like that. We can certainly use something like this. And there we go. So I will put that header back in. But basically that's pretty much everything you need to know. As I said, click on elements, they'll tell you what they are. And it's a very just click and move and utilize kind of website system. Now, one thing to remember is that as you're making changes and things, unless you actually click save, nothing will be saved. So say if you went and made a few changes and you feel like you made a whole mess of the site, just by clicking close here, and it will say, oh, you haven't saved anything, are you sure you want to leave? You can actually click leave the page and it won't have saved anything. After you've saved, so if you do a few changes and you want to save something, you then have to publish those changes. So you can actually go in and do a few edits, click save, go in and do a few more edits, click save, and a few more, and then click save, and then choose to publish all those changes to the website. And it's not until you click publish that everything will be live on the actual website. Okay? And that's about everything that there is to know. Any specific requests, just give me a ring and I will either talk you through them, or I can create your own individual video that you can just watch to talk you through the whole process. Thanks for watching. I hope that's helpful.